The challenge or focus, that's where we always start. And we do have the Chariot in reverse. Major Arcana card. I'm going to show it to you upright so you can kind of see the little picture. We got a pumpkin man and our little black cat who's on every single card in this deck. It's so cute. But I mean, the Chariot card in reverse is not so cute when it comes to the meaning. It just means that the most simple meaning, or kind of the most real world meaning for me, is that a car has died. A vehicle is no longer operational. Or, and you may be disheartened about this because, it's going to cost a lot of money to fix it, or there's a big payment or something that comes up that's unexpected. And I'm sorry to have to tell you that, Virgo. Never any fun to deal with that. Trust me, I've been dealing with stuff like that all year. And in fact, I also had a car die on me. So, and I'm not a Virgo, so you're not the only one in the boat. In that boat there, Virgo. For some of you, maybe this was weather related. I mean, maybe there was just a big loss to do with, because I know, we've got a lot of stuff shaping up to, we've had the hurricanes, the wildfires. I mean, maybe some of you have been hit particularly hard, again, by events that you have no control over. But, and for many of you, it seems like this is in a financial way. Like, we lost this, or we lost the house, or we lost, the car. Now we got to replace it. But this can also just be a feeling of, just feeling exhausted, sometimes feeling defeated, or like you've been run over and, unhappy with Wunyo here. And I'm sorry to say that. So, but I mean, Virgo, I don't think this is new energy. For many of you, maybe you've been feeling this way for a while, and maybe the challenge in October is like, I'm so sick of feeling this way, or I'm so sick of dealing with losing money on an investment, or feeling like I'm always short on cash. So I'm going to do something about it. So maybe these things happened, or maybe this particular feeling is just to motivate you. And that's often what any of these negative situations, feelings, things are. They're usually almost always catalysts to get us moving in a different direction, or get us like, I am not going to deal with this anymore. We just get us to the point where we get so fed up that we are like, I'm going to take this risk. Because sometimes when we hit that, we feel like we've hit rock bottom, or we feel like, oh man, things couldn't get any worse. That's when we may be more likely to take a big risk that maybe we've been putting off because we want things to change so badly. So I'm kind of feeling that energy here with some of you Virgos. It's terrible to lose a home. It's terrible to have to move. Maybe some of you didn't lose it in like a natural disaster or anything, but maybe you had to move because you just couldn't afford the rent anymore, or your roommate moved out, or you got a divorce and now you have to find a cheaper place to live. Whatever it is that it is, just trust that it's getting you where you need to be. That chapter was done. It's time to move on to something else. And you can't see what that is or how that's going to turn out from where you are. So just trust that it is for a reason. There, you're done in that area. You were done with that home. You were done with that car. That's interesting. You've got the Knight of Bats that just popped out. I just accidentally kind of hit the deck, and this was on top and just kind of flew over. So I'm going to put that here. The Knight of Bats, this would be the Knight of Swords in other decks. So yeah, this could be news coming to you. Someone bringing you news of change, or news that's going to motivate you to move to a new chapter. It could be an air sign person, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Knights are usually younger, 35 or younger, I would say. Doesn't have to be, though, because these are general readings. Doesn't have to be a male either if it's actually materializing as a person. So yeah, an air sign could be significant, or a message or news coming to you could be the catalyst for change. So, and for some of you, it could be news of a new job, an inheritance, a new home, a new investment opportunity, or a new project, a new idea that's going to kind of pull you out of this energy of feeling stuck or blocked, or like you've been run over by other people, or that you've been taken advantage of by someone. And this Knight is coming up in the upright, so that means that he is well-intentioned. I feel like the news he's bringing is good. It's what's going to kind of pull you out of this heavy feeling. In the present, you have the Ten of Pumpkins. So this is the Ten of Pentacles in this deck. So this would be end of September going into October. Whatever has ended is actually, though it may seem like a loss, or maybe even was like a job layoff, or, you know, an unexpected, new management came in and they, are replacing everybody with new people. It's actually going to put you on the road to greater abundance than you have ever had, because this is a very, it's the highest financial card in the deck. So security for you and your family, all your dependents, whoever depends on you for, if you're the breadwinner here, Virgo. So you are starting on a road to financial abundance, and, with a new job that maybe you never would have gotten to this point if you had stayed in this other location, or if you had stayed, if you hadn't lost this property, or if you hadn't lost this money, it wouldn't have motivated you to go pursue this other opportunity that's actually going to bring you more wealth and abundance. So the chapter that's ending, it's supposed to end here, Virgo, even though, it may seem even traumatic to some of you. You're on the road to great financial abundance, and this Knight of Swords seems to be connected to it. So this could also be, sometimes when the air sign people come up, they're very communicative and very kind of IT oriented. So this could be somebody who, this could be a link on the internet, or a message that comes to you digitally, a text, or like, here, check out this link for this job, or that way, because they're very digitally, technologically savvy, the Swords people. So let me see what else we've got here. Also, any investments that you lost money on, I'm seeing you selling those off. You're closing the door on that, and you're reinvesting in something else that will be quite lucrative. And it may have some connections to family. Maybe it is a family member that recommends that you try this. Or maybe it's a family-owned business, or a family-driven or oriented company. Maybe the products or whatever it is that they do is very family-oriented. Or generationally, there's something maybe about generations, like grandparents, parents. Maybe it's been around that long, since your grandparents, your parents, and now you. It's very stable, and it's a sure bet. You're moving from something that was, maybe some of you, a big risk, to something that is more of a sure bet if it's an investment, and will accrue more reliably over time. For some of you, this is like, retirements, 401ks. Maybe you had something in... For some of you, maybe you had a vacation home in one of those, in Florida, or in a location that got hit, and so you're selling off the property. And maybe it's a property you inherited from your family, and you don't want to let it go, but you don't have the money to fix it either. You just don't have it. You may reinvest, but invest in a different location. So all is not lost here with the Ten of Pentacles here. There is going to be a new source of income, but you're going to recoup. You're going to be able to recoup. It's going to take some time, but you're going to be able to recoup whatever was lost. And for some of you, it's going to be more abundant right from the beginning. if it's a new job. And for some of you, you may be going to work for your family. That maybe there's a family business and they're like, hey, why don't you come work with us? And you may be considering that. Maybe this Knight of Bats in this deck is one of your family members and says, hey, why don't you, I'm leaving. Why don't you come and take my place? Because the Knight of Bats, I keep saying swords, but it's the same thing. He's the fastest moving knight in the deck. And some people say it's the Knight of Wands, but it's not. He's the only one whose horse is always running, the Knight of Swords. So you just got to be careful who you believe sometimes when you watch the YouTube these days. But yeah, so I mean, he's definitely the one who is the fastest. So this could be unexpected news. It could move from like, here's the link, you click it, and then, the next thing you know, you're at this new job. You've been hired immediately at this big corporate, very stable, well-known company. So it seems like it's going to happen quickly. And I really feel whatever this sense of loss or this sense of feeling defeated is, Virgo, you get over it very quickly as October. So we get into mid-October to the end of October. But yeah, the help that's coming in, you've got the Four of Bats, which is the Four of Swords. So it's going to be a help to you to retreat, to lick your wounds, to get some rest. Some of you may be recuperating from an illness. Maybe that's why you were feeling kind of run down or almost run over. Maybe some of you were in a car accident. And if you were, I am sorry, but I'm glad you're here to watch this, right? But yeah, maybe you had to have surgery, or you are recuperating from actual physical ailments or wounds or broken bones or anything like that. And for others of you, it's more of an emotional, the stress of losing finance, something that you depended on financially, losing a job, losing a home, losing, having to replace a car. Something big is broken in the house and I had to fix it. It's going to take a lot of money to fix it. And you need some time out to think about it. This card is saying take your time. Relax. Don't feel like you have to do everything right now, which Virgo, you can sometimes kind of drive yourself crazy. You are ruled by Mercury, so your mind is always going, oh my gosh, if I rest, this won't get done, this and this and this, and I really should be doing this and this and this and this. Try not to do that to yourself, because the advice is you've got to get your strength back. Whatever this is, it's really kind of, it's not something you can rush in. You do need to think about it, meditate on it, ask for guidance. Those of you that it is a physical ailment, this will help your recovery. You will recover a lot faster. Actually, whether it is physical or an emotional, situation. The rest, taking time out, get your bearings before rushing into making any decision, is actually going to help you if you're going to get your strength back faster if you are recovering from illness, or you're going to develop goals more quickly if you think about it for a minute. Like, what do I want to do next? Where do I want to go next? What kind of job do I want to do next? What kind of investment, do I need to look into? This can also be about research. You're just kind of hanging back, checking things out and thinking about it, pondering it before you make any big decisions. What must be accepted is Ace of Imps. So this is Ace of Rods. In the traditional decks. So this is about passion. It can be a new idea that you're very excited about, a new job opportunity that you are very passionate about, a new course of study. I feel like some of you may be considering going back to school, maybe considering making a career change. Like, I want to do this kind of work now, but I need to get a certification, or I need to go back and finish that degree. There's so many ways to do this online now, kind of going back to our Knight of Bats here. This could be like an advisor or somebody who is, maybe your kid is studying online, going to college online, or doing courses online. You're gonna kind of do that too. Yeah, there's so many other options available now for getting that done. But yeah, and it seems like it will take some time. For some of you, you may be like, I never went to college. I'm going to go get my degree. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to get a loan and I'm going to go back to school. And for some of you, this may be insurance payouts as well. I just wanted to say, if you've lost your home or due to a natural disaster, it's like, I got to wait on this money. But if you need it and this happened in September, then it seems like really for me here, you will get this in October, because it's like you've got money coming in from a loan, from an insurance payout. And this card was just saying, hey, don't stress about it. It's coming. It's coming. But yeah, some of you may decide to take some of that money and use it to go back to school, or you may be applying for a loan to do this. And it would be a very lucrative venture for you. Like it's something you've always wanted to do. And again, may have connections to family law, inheritance, wills, estates, trusts, banking, anything to do with generational money, legacies, that sort of thing. Real estate that can be, passed down from one family member to another. Or maybe you're like, I want to start a business with, a member of my family or my husband or my wife, and we're going to start this, we've always wanted to do this. And maybe you're just like, well, I'm going to finish that business degree, or I want to take some business courses so that I know the right way to do things. So, because whatever this is, it's not going to be overnight. I feel like for some of you, even those doing certification courses, it may take a few, like 6 weeks, 6 to 9 weeks, something like that. But, because that's the outcome. The Magician card is here, but it's in reverse. And I'll show it to you up right here too. Our little magician. Yeah, in the reverse, it's like at the end of October, it's like, I want to do this, but I feel like I don't. I either need more education or I don't have the skills to do this, but it's what I want to do. It's what I'm passionate about. So I'm going to go back to school, or I'm going to get this certification. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pursue this. And it could also feel like, it sucks that this happened, but I was powerless to stop it, especially those of you dealing with, a broken down car, or you lost a job. So this is not, they're just reinforcing whatever's brought you to this point. You had no control over it. You could only react to it. But if it is career, if it is like putting you in a new direction, I feel like you're going to get the skills. You're going to learn them. You're going to go back to school and figure out what you need to do. Learn the trade, learn the skills, or, definitely have a consultant even on board, because it's like, I want to start this business, but I don't know this information. We're going to have to bring someone on board. So you may be looking for someone to provide the information that you don't have or isn't readily available to you in order to achieve this goal. But you're going for it. You've got the rune of going for it and the tarot card of being really motivated in pursuit of a goal here by the end of October.